Hey guys, I'm back today with another book review video, and this is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book of the Mortal Instruments series. Now, I did my book review on City of Bones, which was the first one, a while ago, and it has taken me so long to put this video out. I'm sorry. I finished this book back in March, mid-March. Yeah, March 15th, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I finally have time to do this. Although I miss my students, I'm really excited to just enjoy summer and just have fun and relax, sleep in. There are 5 books out right now for the Mortal Instruments series. There's one more, I think, that I saw on the website that it's not coming out until 2014, which is way too long for me, but what can I do? If you need a review on what happens in the first book, or a character synopsis, that's in my first video for City of Bones. Where we are in the second book right now, Clary's mom is still in the hospital. She's still in a coma, and Clary has not figured out a way to wake her mother up yet. In terms of Clary's love life, she's still torn between Simon and Jace. She now knows that Jace is her brother, so she can't be with him in a romantic way. And she knows that Simon still loves her and he wants to be with her, but she doesn't necessarily have those same intimate feelings for Simon as she does for Jace. So there's this love triangle, and Clary knows what she wants. She wants Jace, but she can't have him. So she's spending more time with Simon, and that's giving him some hope. It's giving Simon some hope that they could be together. You would think that since Clary was torn between Simon and Jace, knowing that Jace is her brother would make things easier. It would make her decision easier. It's not even a decision, but it's not that easy. I mean, she didn't grow up with Jace. She doesn't have that brother-sister bond with him. It's hard to just wash those feelings away overnight, literally just finding out that this guy that you are in love with is your brother. So the war against Valentine in the first book brought the Downworlders together and the Shadowhunters in the Clave. They needed each other. They fought side by side. So the big problem is with murdering Downworlder children, it's causing a rift among the Downworlders. They don't trust each other, and they thought there was peace, and apparently there isn't. Vampires and werewolves don't get along as is, and they don't trust each other. The whole thing is a mess. It disrupts the peace that the Downworlders could potentially have. Throughout this book, I felt a lot of sympathy for Jace, because everyone was mistreating him because he's Valentine's son, and none of them can trust him. Mayrus kicked him out. She is Isabel and Alex and Jace's mother, which she adopted him, so he's like a son to her. But even his mother can't trust him because of his father. Everyone thinks that Jace is a spy for Valentine and that he's chosen to take Valentine's side, and he's just in the Institute spying on the Shadowhunters, working against them alongside with his father. In order to find out if Jace is telling the truth is to interrogate him using the Soul Sword. That is the second mortal instrument. And the Inquisitor arrives, and she kind of takes over the Clave. She does not trust Jace at all, and she's very harsh on him. And I don't even think it's so much that she doesn't trust him, it's more that she has this strong grudge against Valentine. He did something in his past that affected her deeply, and she can't hurt him. She can't hurt Valentine. He's not within her grasp. But she figures that by hurting his son, that is her way of attacking Valentine. It was really screwed up the way the Inquisitor was treating Jace like he was some sort of criminal. He was handcuffed with fire, and he was locked up in a prison in the Silent City, and it was not easy. And meanwhile, Mayrus kicked him out of the Institute. He had nowhere to go, and the only person who trusted him completely, well, 3 people trusted him completely: Clary, Alec, and Isabel. And that's a lot for a teenage boy to handle. Jace's strength through all of this was admirable. He continued to stay confident, sarcastic and arrogant, but confident, and I really like that about him. So much of the time, though, I wanted Jace to just shut up and knock off the smart attitude and stop taunting the Inquisitor because she just kept torturing him more because he was just getting under her skin. So they can't use the Soul Sword to interrogate Jace and find the truth from him because the sword is stolen. Guess who's behind it? The Inquisitor is furious about this, and it makes Jace look even worse because their thought process was, we could use the Soul Sword to interrogate you, find out the truth, and bust you for sure. And now they can't, so of course they're pointing their finger at him and at Valentine. I love this book, and I would recommend it to anyone, but I have to warn you that it is awkward, more so than the first book, and I think you can figure out why. The relationship between Jace and Clary, come on, they're brother and sister. Jace is really pushing for this relationship. He doesn't care that Clary is his sister, and he doesn't feel ashamed. Clary, on the other hand, feels that it is so wrong and immoral, and it just can't be, and so they both decided that it would be easier to just not see each other and not even be friends if they cannot be together that way, because if they were in the same room together and they can't be boyfriend and girlfriend, they just can't imagine having any other kind of relationship. It's just too painful to be around one another, knowing that you want the other person and you can't ever have him or her. As I mentioned in the City of Bones book review, I was so mad at Cassandra Clare for ruining a potentially amazing relationship. But then again, if her relationship worked out with Jace, then it would be a lot like any other young adult book where there's a love triangle and then they choose one or the other, and the journey of that relationship would have been not all that unique. And I do admire Claire's take on this relationship. She's very bold for sure, and although I admire her for that, it's still very strange, and I just didn't even want to continue on. It was just, I was so heartbroken for the two characters. No matter how awkward this book is, I really admire Cassandra Clare's creativity and her boldness for choosing to write her characters the way that she did. I look back at the first book, and Jace and Clary's relationship was very unoriginal, very typical, and then it takes this 180-degree turn. It was completely unpredictable, and the readers are feeling awkward and uncomfortable, just as it should be, the way that the author has written it. And the author took a really big risk at writing her characters this way, and I can appreciate it. And what I say when I say that she took a big risk, I mean that people could have given up after reading this book halfway through and not read the rest of her books. I mean, there are going to be 6 books, and this is just book 2. She took a big risk writing on topics that a lot of people might be uncomfortable with, that people could see as politically incorrect. Brother and sister dating, and gay relationships. As I have not read a series this exciting, so different, ever. You have warlocks and vampires, werewolves, strange relationships, as strange as can be. I mean, it's just amazing. And if you have not read these books, or if you're halfway through and you're thinking of giving up, please don't. You will not regret it. I have read all the way up to book 5. I'm in the middle of book 5 right now. I'm a little past the middle, City of Lost Souls, and it is amazing. It's not just about relationships. There's a lot of action, a lot of vivid detail. You will not regret it. If you started reading it, see it through. It is great. And by book 3, you will know exactly why it is so great. If you don't already think it's awesome, but I think it's amazing. I just love the way Cassandra Clare has set up her characters. She set up such a strong foundation for them that even though I've been seeing a lot of reviews on Amazon that a lot of readers are disappointed after book 3 because they feel like it should have been a trilogy, that they felt like the 4th book was unnecessary, and definitely the 5th. But I feel like the characters are set up in such a way that you just love them. You grow to love the characters. You care about what happens to them. Just travel on their journey with them. And so even if the plot isn't as strong and exciting as the first 3, the characters just draw you in. You just can't get enough of them. That's my opinion. So if you've read this book, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Please don't give away any spoilers about the third book or the fourth book in the comments. That would be really, really upsetting. I know what happens, but I always hate when I watch book review videos or recommendations and then I see in the comments where people are talking about the next book already and giving things away. Okay, with that said, thank you for watching. This video was not the most organized. I feel like I was rambling all over the place, but it's just kind of a quick overview to let you know my take on the book. I really love it. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Check it out for yourself. Alright, bye.